Blizzard Entertainment presents Midnight, the newest expansion for World of Warcraft. Midnight calls every hero home to Azeroth. All paths lead to this moment. Xalatath rises, the Void follows, and the Sunwell stands in peril. Raiders, explorers, storytellers, newcomers, and legends alike. This is your world, your story, your moment. Because Azeroth is home, and home is always worth fighting for. Available now at worldofwarcraft.com.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Is he moving in with you? Or
No, he's not.
Oh, okay. Did you tell her
This
that?
is where this discrimination came in.
Discrimination?
No, I'm going to get to that part.
This is the plaintiff, Malika Ellis. She says she agreed to rent an apartment from the defendant, who promised her she had evicted the current tenant and that the place would be ready for her to move in by January 1st. Well, when she went to pick up the keys to the place on December 31st, the tenant was still there and told her she was not moving. Bottom line, the woman rented to her under false pretenses, and she's here today to stand up for her civil rights and is seeking the return of the $3,200 she's owed. This is the defendant, Ewa Carpenter. She says she thought the plaintiff would be a perfect tenant for her because she's a teacher and she has a special place in her heart for teachers. Boy, was she wrong. Because as it turns out, the woman's a bit crazy. The woman made crazy accusations against her, called her a racist, and since no money exchanged hands, she doesn't owe her a dime. She's accused of not delivering on time.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Malika Ellis?
Yes.
You are suing, is it Eva or Ewa?
Eva Carpenter.
Eva Carpenter for $3,200 in rent, pain and suffering, and storage fees. Because according to you, she backed out of a lease with you and she had no right to do so. Tell me what happened.
Okay, I was surfing online for a place to move close to my job. I work at an elementary school. I saw her property for rent. I called the number, left a message. Immediately, she called me back and said, "Oh, wow, would you be able to meet me today and I could show you the place?" I said, "Well, maybe not today. Can we schedule this week?" She said, "How about tomorrow?" I said, "Sure, that'd be fine." We met, and when we initially met, it was just myself and my children. And she shook my hand, showed me the place. She said, "Now, wait, just looking at the outside, don't be concerned. Hurricane Sandy came through. There's little damages on the outside, but we're going to fix it. It's going to be like new. You'll love it." I went inside, saw furniture everywhere. Christmas tree up, gifts under it. I said, "Wait a minute, what's going on? It looks like somebody still lives here." She said, "Don't worry about that. The girl is moving out. She's having trouble, and she's from another country, but she has to go home because she can't make it up here. I feel so bad for her, but she's going." I said, "Fine, no problem." I read over the lease. I wrote a check for $2,100. I post-dated it for January 3rd.
When were you moving in?
I was supposed to move in January 1st.
Okay, so why do you post-date the check
that's what the
for
lease
3rd?
was dated for. But I knew I wasn't going to move in January 1st because of the girl's furniture still being there. She told me give her roughly till about January 7th. She would prorate the rent.
Okay.
So I was fine with that.
And you signed a lease, you say?
I signed a lease.
Do you have it?
I have it here.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. So go on.
So I gave her the check. I have my copy of the...
Did she cash a check?
She told me she didn't, so I just wrote void on my stuff.
Okay, but did anybody ever cash a check?
No, because I kept checking.
So go on.
It wasn't checked.
Go on.
So a couple days go by. We meet at the property again. This time, This gentleman here, Jamar Funches, he's the father of my kids. This time he's with me. And she has this look on her face, because originally the property was just for me and my kids. That's what I wrote on the lease. Me and 3 children. He has his own home. He also has another daughter that's not mine. He brought her with her to come do measurements for me for windows. She's asking him questions. Do you work? Who's that little girl? Oh, that's not her daughter, it's your daughter. She's calling her husband. Honey, come here and talk to this gentleman. He's someone very important with us because he's the father of her kids. So her husband, he just walks around, he stares at him. Everything turns off of me fully. Me and my kids who met her. And it's all about him, how he looks, who's the other kid with him, what's he doing, is he moving in, does he have money to help you pay the rent? Ma'am, it's me. I met you. The place is for me and my kids.
Is he moving in with you or isn't
No,
he?
he's not.
Oh, okay. Did you tell her
This
that?
is where this discrimination came in.
Discrimination?
No, I'm going to get to that part. We signed the lease, signed the paper, did all the paperwork. The second visit, she met him. The girl's property is still there. I meet the young lady, and I speak to her. I said, honey, if you're in a problem, I'm willing to help. Being that I'm moving here, if you don't have any place to put your furniture, I'll buy some of it to help you with money. The young lady said to me, ma'am, good luck moving here. I went away for Christmas, had no idea she was putting me out. I never received an eviction notice. I knew I was late, but I was trying to get the money up. I come in to, hurry up, get your stuff out. I got good tenants coming. I said, oh my gosh, you didn't know.
So did she say, I'm not leaving?
The girl said, I can't just up and leave. I got my kids' stuff here. I have to get my father to come help me. I have to get it packed up. So I don't think you're moving in here for the month of January because I have to start packing. I didn't know she never got an eviction notice.
What was that
No,
about?
no, this is truth.
No, tell me what happened.
Okay. My previous tenant, she was financially in trouble, so she wanted to break the lease. And I allow her to break the lease. I said, I'm very sorry for your situation, but yes, I will let you out, providing that I find a tenant starting January because I have to pay my mortgage too. So on the I put the ad in a paper. On the 28th of December, I talked to a few people, but Malika stood up because she said that she's a teacher. I have a soft spot for teachers because, long story, from my old country, I had a teacher who was like a role model for me, and I always, so I liked her. I sincerely liked her. And so she came on the 28th. It was no rush. We knew when we were going to meet. We met on the 28th of December. And I told her a little bit. I said, you know, this is a really very sad story. This girl is breaking the lease, but she cannot afford to stay here any longer. So I'm glad that I like you, that you like the place. So she wants to move.
Okay, so she rents the place, but why are you renting the place before the person has left? You think she's leaving. She told you, I'm going to leave.
She told me. Well,
and then when did she tell you, I'm not going to leave?
This is my inexperience. She told me she wanted to leave. And even when Malika said that she would like to move on the 31st, I called her up and I said, is this okay if the new tenant will move on the 31st? She said, yeah, it's fine. Okay. And then when the 31st came, we all go there, and there's no move, nothing is moved out of
Here's
there.
the thing, when you say she did some horrible thing because she was renting it out, I mean, that's what pretty much every landlord does. If a tenant tells you, I'm going to move, and you are letting them move, you have an agreement with the tenant. And then if the tenant breaks the agreement, I mean, it is what it is, you know? So she signed the lease with you, and then the person didn't leave. There's no question the person didn't leave. Like, in other words, if a person tells me they're leaving, I don't start an eviction proceeding. Why would I, right?
Yeah.
So what did she do wrong that she should owe you all this money then?
Well, this is what happened. On this same day of signing the lease and everything, she said to Malika, can we go in your car and go to Lowe's to pick out carpet and paint for the place?
For you?
For me to put down. And I go, wow, that's pretty unusual. I don't think I'm supposed to do that. But, okay, I'm talking to my kid's father. I'm like, I don't want to be liable for traveling back and forth with her in the car because I have car seats for my twin boys. I have my daughter, I have myself. I don't like to ride really crowded. I would have had to squeeze her in to ride to Lowe's to get this stuff. So I said, maybe, I don't know what to say to her. I don't want to take her in my car. So I said, I really don't have gas to do that long ride, and I don't really want to take you. Maybe it's best to go in your car. That was the end of it. I went with her and her husband in her car to Lowe's. We were there several hours. She wasn't satisfied with the price of one carpet. She wasn't satisfied with the paint. She was calling the helpers all over the place, making sure stories.
But why is all this happening if the person said, I'm not leaving, and we know that they're going to be evicted?
She's saying that she needed time until middle. The girl was saying she needed until the middle.
So the girl was still playing ball. She was just saying, look, I need another week past January 7th. I need until the 15th. Okay.
Right. So that
everybody
night,
thinks it's still
I'm
happening.
thinking everything. She drops me back to the rental. She's got the carpet and paint picked out. Okay, I get a phone call from her. Malika, here's the thing. I really liked you at first, but you have this guy here. You told me how you didn't have gas in your car. He's got another daughter. You don't have enough money to get gas. Just rip that lease up. I don't want to rent to you. Just tear it up. I'll take your check and rip it, and we're just done. I felt so bad. Where'd you meet him? He doesn't have a job. He couldn't give you gas money. I wouldn't have a man. Couldn't give me gas money.
Stand up a second.
I was appalled at this conversation. I'm like,
did you look like that? Were you dressed in a suit?
No, I was dressed.
Step behind the microphone right there. Okay. How'd you look that day?
I was getting ready to rip up the carpet like she asked me to do. Rip up the carpet.
So how are you dressed?
Rugged.
Regular clothes.
Sweatshirt,
rugged.
jeans.
Is that the word we're using? Okay. So is this what you were calling discrimination?
No. The thing was, how are you judging me? And so automatically you're assuming he's moving in.
So you don't mean racial discrimination?
Not racial discrimination. It was discriminating against me that I didn't fit into.
Because discrimination is a very loaded word.
Right.
She was being discriminating.
It was
she
in
was
the money
saying to herself,
level.
do you think she's going to be able to pay those bills
Exactly.
if she's relying on him? Because I don't really like him, and you felt that was offensive. Okay.
It turned into this
so
big
it turns out, when did the girl move out?
The girl eventually, she still has some things in there.
Oh
yeah.
Like, serious?
Oh yeah, it's a sad story.
So you haven't been able to read?
No, but she moved out. She stayed there until the end of the month. I even called her. I said, in all fairness to you, why don't you look for another place, since I cannot get this woman out of my place. I don't know when she's going to move out. I don't know what's her problem. And she said, it's okay, she'll look, okay? And then a few days later, she calls me. And she calls me, she didn't find any place, she still likes the place, and she gives me a lecture about you don't judge the book by the cover. And
but why? At that point, you had already said something about her man then.
No. That was on the 30th.
What was it? How did she know you were judging the book by the cover? You must have judged her man, or she wouldn't be answering you then.
Well, the thing I said
What'd you tell her about her man? What do you think? Where do you think her loyalties are going to lie, with you or with her man?
My side of the story, okay? I liked her already. And
I know you liked her. You couldn't wait to sign a lease with her. I know that you loved her.
When I went with her to that car, they were going to go home. She was going to go with us in our car to Lowe's to choose the carpet that she would like.
But it made you a little nervous when they said they didn't have gas money.
Because I started.
Because you got to get into a business relationship with them, and if you don't have money for gas, you're not going to have money for your bills.
It's like when I talked to her later, I said, Malika, you know me a little bit by now. What you see is what you get. I'm a little bit concerned. This man came from Florida with a little child, and you guys have no gas, and he doesn't have like a few dollars to put some gas in a car. I'm really concerned about you.
I know, but you're also kind of sexist, because she was always going to rent without a man. There was never a man on the lease or whatever. So what were you worried about?
I wasn't thinking. I was just saying what.
Did you ever tell her, I don't want to rent to you?
No, I didn't. But when I said to her, okay, let's sign another lease. Starting February 1st, we're going to fix everything that is to fix by then. And I asked her, do you have money to pay me for first month rent and month and a half security? And now she started being loud with me, and she's saying, I owe her 1 month free rent. And I couldn't deal with that. I gave the phone to my husband. We pulled over. He started to talk to her. She started to threaten him with something. He gave me the statement today. There is a statement from him. And she hung up on him. And then when she hung up on him, I said, she's trouble. I don't know.
Yeah, at that point, there's other reasons to think she's trouble. Can I have this statement? Because I don't see it in here. Ma'am, what are your damages? Tell me what your damages are. Well, I understand that you have a signed contract.
Right.
And according to you, she told you, I don't want you to rent here.
Right. What happened a little bit along the line, what she was saying, the phone call on the 19th that she gave me, she goes, Malika, I am on my way to Trenton. I'll be there in an hour. Like do you have the money? You better have the money. I have lots of things to pay for. I have to fix the place. This other girl that's moving out's got on my nerves. I headed up to here. Do you have the money? I'm coming in. I need it now. This is the way she talked to me on the phone. I said, excuse me, I'm at my children's game. You're not going to talk to me that way. I will talk to you later. No, I'm coming now, and you better have the money or else I'm going to find someone else for the place. I said, correction, you cannot, because we have a signed lease. So you wait to talk to me, and we will work this out.
Not true.
And she asked me, is it still the total amount that was in the bank you told me before? Minus the rent I have to pay where I am now. Yes, it is.
Say that again.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, the question, do people play the race card too much? What do you think?
Yeah, I think they do, I guess.
What do you say? I mean, you're just guessing.
Well, I don't
Does anybody have experience with this? I mean,
yeah, just the other day I went out for a job interview. I'm a computer programmer. And there's not too many African-American people doing computer programming. And so I went down to Costa Mesa for a job. When me and the owner had the greatest conversation, and we were so excited to meet each other. I walked in, I sat there and waited for him to come in. When he walked through that door, his reaction looked like he was unpunked. He was like, he was waiting for the real programmer to show up.
but you ended up being okay.
No, I didn't, because what happened is...
Okay, I get it. We're a little out of time. We'll take this under consideration. We're going inside the courtroom.
I had told her I had a certain amount of money in the bank to move. I had to go into that money to pay rent where I am staying with family.
And then did you put your stuff in a storage room?
Right. I have the cup.
Give me the bills for the storage.
Yes.
And
so I've been.
So you put your stuff in a storage facility, and
Right.
then you went to live with relatives.
Right.
And you were paying rent to the relatives.
Right.
And you paid how much in rent to the relatives?
$500 a month
Okay.
for me and
then
my kids.
you want 3 months of storage fees.
Right.
You want 3 months of $500 a month rent, where I don't know why you didn't just get another apartment already.
Right.
Right, which you pay your own apartment's fees.
Right.
So, and then you want $1,500 in pain, suffering, inconvenience, and discrimination.
Right.
Which...
I just put it. You can't leave a blank spot. That was it. That would be. That would be like saying I don't want anything. Just let it go.
You just, where's the kitchen sink? The kitchen sink is missing from here. You keep raising your hand. What is it you want to say?
Now, what I want to say is that the day that we had came there and she was asking me when I was in the house, she was asking me was I moving in or anything like that. I let her know, no, I'm not moving in. I'm just here to help with bringing in the stuff. And then she's like, well, do you know how to rip up carpet? Do you know how to paint? Can you paint for me this, that, and third? So I said, yeah, I know how to do that. Then when I went outside, she was like, she came to the truck, was like, well, can you give us some gas money for us to go to Lowe's? I said, that's not my position because I'm not even moving in here, so why am I have to kick out gas money to send you somewhere? I said, you can use your own vehicle and your own gas because it's something that you have to do. Not anything that's dealing with me. I just came to be a helping hand. So once I said that, her husband felt some type of way, and later on that night,
So here's the thing. Here's what I need to get a handle on. What are your real damages, not your blown up, bloated, water retaining damages that you have on this paper. I need to know your real damages. Your damages are how you've been hurt by her breaching. I'm going to assume she breached a contract and she said to you, you're not coming in here. Okay?
I don't know how to put a price on this.
No, I know, but I'm going to put it and you ain't going to like it. I'll tell you that right now. Because I can't see. First of all, she's not going to pay you $1,500 in pain and suffering and discrimination because of reasons we've already discussed. This is a breach of contract case.
Right,
okay, either she breached it or she didn't. So that's, it caused stress. Everybody causes everybody else stress, and it doesn't magically balloon a $100 case to $1 million case. Yeah. All right, she's not going to pay your rent because she's not responsible for paying your rent. You would have to pay rent here, there, or anywhere. People have to pay rent, and so she didn't make you pay rent you wouldn't have had to pay, because you can use the money you weren't paying her for rent to pay that rent. So you're not making any sense there. So now what we have left are the storage fees. Yeah, you would have to have things in storage longer than you planned to, thanks to the breach. I do agree with you there. Because you're kind of in limbo, you're in the middle of January, this whole thing's happening, you haven't landed yet, you want to find a place. So I agree with you that she should pay some of your storage. But I don't, after listening to all this thing, see any more damage than a month or two of storage fees, and that's it. And that's $110, not $3,200. I'm ruling in your favor in the amount of $110 because you don't get more damages. You don't make a $100 case into a $1 million case that way. I find in your favor in the amount of the $110, and frankly, you should go find a place to live for you. And maybe that's working out where you are, and that's great. Good luck to you, and good luck to you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
The plaintiff sued for $3,200 and walks out of the courtroom winning the case and an award of $110. What's your reaction to this outcome?
It's surprising because I think like when you sign into a contract that's a binding contract, whether it's for a house or a building or a property, like if you sign a contract for this building and you didn't get to move in, it's going to delay your show.
What are you going to do with the
somewhere
family?
else.
What are you going to do?
My family, we will find a way. I mean, it's just delayed me in finding, but one penny gained is helpful.
What did she have
I'm
against you?
happy.
I really don't know. I mean, I thought I was doing everything she asked me to do as far as pulling out carpet and painting. That's something I didn't even have to do. All I was told to do was help her move in. That was all I do. I didn't even have to go the extra mile, but...
Okay. All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Looking for the place and all. All right, step on in here. How do you think this makes you look?
A lot of not true was said about me. She could have had the place. I wanted to rent it to her. She started to threaten my husband and think this is my husband.
Okay.
And we just realized that she's trouble.
It didn't work out. Harvey?
It didn't work out.
You know, a lot of people think the lease isn't effective until the tenant moves in. That's not true. When it's signed, it's done. By the way, he's still telling the story. Going inside the courtroom.
Disney Plus wants to know, are you ready? For Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts, The New Avengers, now streaming on Disney Plus.
Let's do this.
One of the best Marvel movies of all time is now streaming on Disney Plus.
Hey, you weren't listening to me.
I said Thunderbolts, The New Avengers is now streaming on Disney Plus.
Meet the New Avengers.
That's cool name.
Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts, The New Avengers, rated PG-13, now streaming on, you guessed it, Disney Plus.
This is the plaintiff, Ken Cruz. He says he bought a used car from the sneaky defendant, and the guy royally ripped him off. That's right, he sold him a car with a fried engine. The defendant's a scoundrel who needs to be stopped, and he's here to sue him for the $2,280 he paid him for the hunk of junk. This is the defendant, Gaetano Lujudas. He says the plaintiff took the car for a test drive, liked it, and gave him a deposit. A few days later, they met up, and the plaintiff gave him the rest of the money and drove the car away. All he knows is he sold the plaintiff a perfectly good car that was running fine, and he owes him nothing. He's accused of unloading a clunker.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff is outraged. He says he bought a car from the defendant that had a fried engine. But the defendant says the car was A-OK. It's the case of dishonest engine.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Ken Cruz, you are suing Gaetano Lujudas for $2,705.81. Money that you paid for a car plus your tow and other expenses because according to you, he sold you a lemon. Tell me what happened.
Well, I was looking to get a car, and I seen a couple of cars for sale on the side of the road and went over to check it out, and one of them was $2,900 for a Honda Accord.
From what year?
That was in '96. I
have a child that age in my house.
It was, had 102,000.
She's gotten more difficult as the years have passed, too.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead.
It had about 100,000 miles on it. And anyway, so I called him up and he come down and started asking him questions about the car. And at first he's like, you know, that's why I don't really like selling cars in this town. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, you know, you're asking questions and this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, I'm just asking questions about the car.
Why didn't you just walk away?
I'm sorry?
Why didn't you just walk away?
I probably should have at that point, all right? But I needed a car real bad. And I was kind of hoping that it would work out.
All right, so you take the car, you have the title. Then what day is this?
I think it was like December 9th.
Okay. And then what happens?
So I get the car registered and titled. And
what day do you get it titled?
The 11th.
Okay.
That's when I went to motor vehicle.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I get the car titled, and then I went to drive the car home. And I got like 8 miles and the engine blew.
And that happened to you right after titling the car?
Yes.
Okay. What date did you have the car towed?
Yes, I did.
All right, and you're suing for the tow fee. Let me see the tow receipt. Did you leave it on the side of the road where it broke?
Yeah, I had to. Me and a friend here pushed it to the side of the road, and I had called the tow truck the next morning and had it towed. This is his receipt that he gave me from...
All right, so you take the car to a mechanic who tells you that there's severe engine damage.
Right.
And in fact, what he says is found forward camshaft seized in cylinder head, which in turn broke the timing belt. This caused engine valves to strike pistons, bending all exhaust valves. Vehicle needs both heads removed to check for more damage. All right. And so did you call him?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I'm kind of curious why not. Most people like...
Well, because kind of the way the beginning of the deal was going, he was like, pick a card, any card. He was a real wheeling dealing kind of guy. And I mean, he only lived 5 miles away from me. Okay.
Did you have the car inspected when you were buying a
That was one of the other things
car?
I wanted to bring up, was that these cars are being sold out of a parking lot of a deli. And at the time, I really didn't realize this, but from what I'm told, I don't know how true it is, that if it's being sold out of like a type of dealership, that the car really, before it was sold, should have been inspected before releasing the car.
I don't know what you're talking about. You bought a car in a deli parking lot from a guy you didn't know. I didn't buy a car from a deli parking lot from a guy I didn't know. There's no law that protects you for wanting to get a quick deal on a car because you were desperate and you didn't thoroughly investigate it.
Okay.
So what I want to know is, did you get the car inspected? And I'd like to hear an answer that does not involve someone else should have inspected it. Someone else shouldn't have been selling the car there. Someone else shouldn't have sold it under shady circumstances. You're the guy buying the car under the circumstances that are good enough for you at the time.
Okay, I couldn't drive the car to get it inspected.
Why not? Well, how does everybody else manage to get it inspected?
It broke down in 8 miles.
No. Before the sale, my friend, when you buy something
you
that's
don't
60...
get a car...
you don't?
I thought you meant state inspection.
No, I mean you inspected so that you know you want to invest a couple of grand.
Did I bring it to a mechanic? No, I didn't.
Okay, or have a mechanic go there and look at it.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. All right, what's the deal with you? What do you do? You sell cars out of deli parking lots for a living, or is this
I was doing someone a favor, and...
a favor for who?
For a person that owned the vehicle, and I said, put the car up at the lot, you could put my number on it, and I'll help you sell.
But why? Why were you doing a favor for somebody and put your number on it? Why didn't that person sell their own car?
She wasn't able to sell the car, so I tried to help her. His name is George.
So it's a he, not a she?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's not able to sell the car, why?
I don't know, I just was handling the transaction.
What do you do for a living?
For me, I'm an actor and a chef.
Okay, so I have to say that doesn't sound like you're well-versed in selling cars, so why were you picked to handle the transaction instead of somebody else? Do you sell cars for a hobby?
No.
Or a living?
No.
Or how many cars have you sold in the last year?
I haven't really sold that many cars in the last year.
That wasn't an answer to my question.
I don't sell cars, so I
how many cars have you sold in the last year?
None.
Zero.
This car, I just handled the transaction. That was it.
Okay. And again, why are you handling the transaction? Who is this person to you?
A friend of mine.
Why are you handling the transaction? There's an answer to this. You just won't tell me. Why are you handling the transaction?
He asked me if I could put a car by my friend's deli. My friend owns the deli.
Okay.
So I said, okay, just put my number on it, and if they call, I'll go there and I'll let them see the car.
So it's because your friend owns the deli.
Yeah.
All right.
And that was the reason.
And then so they call you.
You can't just
of course, you could just get the deli guy to let him put the car there with a for sale sign with his number.
He wouldn't do that. So I knew the guy in the deli. He says, "Can I put a car up there?"
How long did you? First of all, you flipped this car. The car wasn't even registered in your name.
Correct.
Right. So you flipped this car for. Did you buy it from that person or no?
No.
Okay. All right. So the transaction takes place.
Yes. When I first met the gentleman, he came over, and I let him test ride the car. He was kind of like nervous and all this stuff. I don't know, maybe it was my presence or whatever. And I let him test ride. He was here with his father, but he didn't have all the money, so I told him not to waste my time. And I said to him, I know in this neighborhood here, people say they want to buy something and then they don't come up with the money. They don't.
How do you know?
Well, that's
How do you know? How do you know if you don't sell cars?
I don't sell cars,
well,
but
then
I'm just saying.
How do you know that happens in this neighborhood? Because that sounds like a very savvy
Because the guy in the deli says that there's always a problem with someone.
The guy in the deli needs to make a better sandwich and stop worrying about the cars.
All right.
So this dude, by the way, in Goodfellas, he was kind of like cagey when the plaintiff started asking questions about the car. If somebody was doing that to you, would you walk away? Yes. Or if you loved the car, would you buy it?
No, I would walk away.
Because?
Because he's not honest enough to tell you what's wrong with the car. And
it's a sign.
It's a sign that he's trying to hide something.
Gotcha.
Yeah, typically when they hesitate, it's a sign that there's something wrong.
You buying that, ma'am?
Yes, I am. Something's not right. If someone's not willing to answer questions and you're getting ready to do business, then you walk.
You run for the, oh no, you don't walk.
You run.
Exactly. Going inside the courtroom.
When did he get the car?
No, he got the car November 11th. That's when
Did
he
you
came
get
up
the
with
car
deposit.
November 11th?
I'm sorry, I probably made a mistake, yes.
Okay, so he got the car November. That's a pretty big mistake. So he drove the car a month before it broke down, not 8 hours?
Let me get to.
No, just answer my question. Why can't anybody just answer my
He had the car for a long time. He never called me.
From November 11th until the day he had it towed.
I never knew anything was wrong with this vehicle until I got the court papers.
Right, he didn't even call you. All right,
okay.
Folks, here's what we have. You bought a car from a guy who you don't know. And you don't bother to have it looked at by a mechanic. Most litigants in front of me didn't bother, that's why they're in front of me, didn't bother to get it looked at by a mechanic. Now, this is kind of, what ended up happening with your car is kind of a hard thing for a mechanic to detect just by looking at it, because I think you have to be inside to see that this is about to happen. But this is a risk of cars that are this age.
Understand.
So, and what ended up happening to your car was a catastrophic event that happened at the moment, and it happened when you were the owner and not when he was the owner. It's not like there was well, that's true. It was not like there was a hidden defect that he knows about, and so therefore he now has to make good. This happens not 8 hours after you get the car, not 1 month after you get the car. There's no evidence that it didn't happen 2 months after, because it's kind of suspicious that you didn't call and demand your money back at any point. These are the perils of buying a 16, 17-year-old car. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
All right, both sides, just hold on, please.
And so the plaintiff learns the hard way that as is as is. Stay right here. What's your reaction to this outcome?
You win some, you lose some.
Why'd you trust the guy in the deli parking lot?
It was a mistake.
Right. I mean, you said he looked like a wheeler dealer, said some strange things at the beginning.
Yeah.
Didn't the
I needed
radar,
a car real bad.
Didn't the radar register anything?
Yes, it did.
So?
I made a mistake.
All right. Okay. Head right down this way. All right. And have a mechanic check out a used car next time you buy one. Step on in there. You look like a trustworthy guy. What's the problem?
Problem is, I thought I was doing a good deed for someone, trying to sell a car there. And if that guy had money enough to go buy a new car with a warranty, we didn't have this problem. But I wouldn't have known. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a dealer. And he lied about the dates. It was more than a week or two that he had the car in his possession.
Did you unload a lemon on the guy?
No, I'm not a lemon seller.
You're a car seller.
I like lemons, but,
Harvey?
This is real simple. You are crazy not to get a car inspected if it's used. In fact, you are insane. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
These are the plaintiffs Michael and Aurora Levin. Michael says he's been using the defendant's shipping company for about a year, and the last package they shipped is missing. When he told the defendant about the missing item, he said he deals with 40 packages a day and didn't have time to check the delivery on just one. Huh? Bottom line, they want to be reimbursed for the missing merchandise, so they're suing for the $136.35 they're owed. This is the defendant, Tony Lucanto. He says he runs a company where people can have their packages delivered to his store, and he signs for them and lists everything in his logbook. The plaintiffs claim a box was delivered to his store, but he has no record of it, and that's that. He's not responsible for a shipping mistake, and he's pretty confident the judge will agree. He's accused of losing it.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says that the defendant's company lost a big package, and the defendant couldn't care less. But the defendant says the plaintiff is totally misguided. Nothing is missing. It's the case of ship happens.
Thank you, Douglas. Michael and Aurora Levin, you are suing A1 Shipping, represented here by Tony Lucanto. You're the owner, for $136.35. the purchase price of an item that you had shipped to him for you that is lost. Tell me what happened.
January 28th, my friend Benjamin Ramos, he lives in Long Island. He sent a package to me, and then we usually send our package through the A1 shipping. We live across the street of the A1 shipping, and we are both working and nobody in the house whenever we have a mail, so nobody can take care of that.
So he has a service. Tell me about your service.
I provide a service for people like the plaintiffs that work. I will accept their packages for, the owner prior to me was charging $1. I don't think that's reasonable, so if you have a mailbox with me, you get charged $1 for boxes that come in, and I'll take them in and I'll sign for them. If you don't have a mailbox with me, I tell my customers it should be $2 to $5 depending on the size of the box, because I don't have a big store and I have to store all these items that come in.
That's brilliant, because do you have a lot of apartment buildings in front of you or something?
I don't get that many, Judge.
No?
No.
How much do you get in a month of this?
If I get 20, it's a lot.
Oh, really? Oh, I had this vision that it was like brilliant. All right.
No.
So here's what happens. You order something for her? Is that it?
No, I ordered something from a friend, Benjamin Ramos.
Oh, some other third party. And what was it you ordered from him?
A cream, official cream.
Okay.
That's from Philippines. And then this Benjamin Ramos is a Filipino too. Okay. And then
what's the cream? Do tell. What's the cream that has to come all the way from the...
Just a moisturizing.
What's the name of it?
It's here.
Let me see it.
Placenta and then...
Placenta, is that what you said?
Yeah. Crystal derm.
Yeah, that's not.
Why is it called placenta?
That's
placenta.
Yeah, placenta.
Okay. Well, I've seen stranger things in the creams. Yeah. Okay. Is it great?
I like it.
You like it?
Just to maintain.
So you order it and you spend how much?
I pay $130. That is supposed to be the package is $136 and point something, 33.
$136.35. That's for one of these?
No, there are three.
There were three in the package.
Six boxes all in all.
There were 6 boxes in your package that cost $136.35 total. All right, so then what happens? You don't receive the package. You call Benjamin.
Benjamin
Ramos says he mailed it.
Yeah, he mailed it through with a
U.S. Postal.
Through USPS, United States Postal Service, with a track and confirm and delivery confirmation.
Okay, so did they track it?
Yeah, this is the...
Let me see it. What's going on? Did she show you this?
I have a copy.
So?
I faxed it to him.
Not signed.
I faxed that to him to...
Where's the one that's signed?
It's here.
Oh, you have that too? Okay.
Yeah.
So then if it's not signed, why are you saying I have it here?
Well, this is what they sent me.
This is what they sent you?
I received that from the post office.
Okay, signature of recipient. And what are you saying, that that's very faded and you can't see what it says? Or you're saying it wasn't signed for?
Well, if you look further, I have my log. Anything that comes in gets logged. I didn't log anything in on the 29th. I don't see my signature on there.
Yeah, but that could just be that you're not careful. You know what I'm saying?
It could be, but...
But this is an email from the postal complaint department.
Let me see it.
I think that
the
is the
signature's
same.
on there. It's just faint.
Right. You couldn't get a better signature for court?
Yeah,
that's how it came from the.
How about? Is it on a website? Isn't it on the website? Doesn't it show on a website?
I checked the website.
That's
how it looks.
The complaint department sent me an email, and that's the one that they took in the name of T. Luca.
Who's T. Luca? That would be you.
That's all I sign when I sign quickly. I get
right. But I mean, so this is how you sign when you sign quickly?
Not where you can't see it.
Listen, I deal in the truth, not in gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is your signature, it's your signature. The post office is saying that T. Luca signed for it. And the post office has a copy that they generate that isn't great. What is it you think happened?
So, this is about face creams. Do face creams really work? Tell me the truth.
Not really. Like, you buy it, but nothing happens.
What do you think, ma'am?
Absolutely.
You think they work?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's better than nothing. Yeah.
You know what's really weird? What I heard somebody saying in the back, she's actually 92. 92 years old, going inside the courtroom.
Let me explain what's been happening at my store. Post office makes deliveries to me. I get deliveries for other people all the time. They deliver to me in error. The same thing could have happened to this package. They bring me the package. I don't
And
look
somebody else coincidentally writes T. Luca?
Well, I don't know what they wrote. You got to remember, I've been writing that name for 3 years.
How did they magically come up with your name?
Because it's on file for 3 years.
No, it's not. There's no file. It's a
Sure
post
there is,
office.
but they
no,
know
there's
who I
not.
am.
It's a post office. You think
So
that
the
they
post
try to remember who they delivered a package to yesterday? They just do it and it's over.
How well is the post office doing?
Yeah, and that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So you think that there is some postal service employee who is conspiring to steal her Filipino cream,
No.
who claims it was given to you and frames you.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
Right.
saying it
What
could
is
have been,
probably happening?
could have been delivered to the wrong person, and they kept it.
And they wrote T. Luca?
They can write anything.
So they would. They would write the name of the guy next door because they want to steal the Filipino cream.
No.
Right.
It could have been the Postal Service person wrote. That's not my
Yes, so
signature.
you are saying that you think the Postal Service wrote T. Luca.
I'm not. I don't know who wrote it because I don't see my name there. That's what I'm saying.
Except for that the Postal Service is saying that, and I guess their original is more legible, which happens all the time. People send the court evidence, and when they scan it and send it, it doesn't come out as good as the original. The Post Office has sent them documentation that the name on their very light copy is T. Luca, which happens to be your name. So what do you think happened? I think maybe you just lost it in the, in the shuffle of things. I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $136.35.
Thank you.
T. Luca right here, ladies and gentlemen, up close and in person. What's your reaction to how it looks?
No, it's the judge's opinion. I mean, I can't go against what she says.
No, you can't. But can you just admit maybe you lost the package?
I'm there 3 years. I've never lost a package.
Well, so that doesn't prove anything.
No.
It doesn't prove you didn't lose this one.
That's why I have a log.
Mm-hmm. You still claim you didn't lose it.
No.
Someone else signed your name and stole that cream.
My face doesn't look that good. I'm not using the cream.
Okay. All right, right down this way.
Thank
Okay, head right down there. All right, come on out here. All right, you satisfied? You got your money back.
Yes, I'm very satisfied because in the first place he denied it. Before it happened, I asked, is there anybody in the name of T. Luca working in your company?
Are you still going to use his company to get your package?
Not anymore.
No?
We lost our trust. We lost
yeah?
our trust in that A1 shipping.
And did you get the cream finally? You're using,
No, not.
You don't have
not,
the cream yet?
No.
No, we got a second delivery, but we got it delivered right to our
cream?
house.
Which one are you?
She does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Harvey?
In this case, there is evidence of basically who the post office sent it to and what the post office got. This is just a simple, good example that the way to win a court case is to do your homework. You sit back and you think, what are the holes in this case and what investigation can I do to plug them?